let me say this. It's a strong 70% of y'all that lie about having a deadbeat baby daddy. Me saying that just by itself is a trigger for a lot of y'all, because you know that what I'm saying includes. Now let me break down the 70%, right? Before y'all start arguing, get mad, type them paragraphs, because you triggered under this video, right? So there's a good majority of y'all in that 70% that you're a single mom because you chose to be, not because a nigga is a deadbeat. You were in a situation where the nigga showed you all signs that he's not anything reflective in whatever season that was in his life of being a family man, or being a man that actually is going to put other lives before his life based on creating life with you. You felt like you could change a man, so you made the choice, my body, my choice, to have the child, knowing if we had grown folk talk, it was going to be you taking care of the child. You're not a victim, and ma'am, you don't have a debt. In that 70%, there's a good majority of y'all that you got told by the nigga before you had the baby that he does not want to have a baby. He told you to get an abortion. He told you to take a plan B. He told you he don't want to have it. He told you up front he does not want to be a father for whatever reason. We ain't arguing about the reasons right now. We're just talking about those of y'all in this 70% that you got told, we don't need this, we don't need a baby, you don't need a baby, I don't want a baby, whatever the fuck you knew. And you made the decision because it's your body, your choice to have the baby anyway. So like the other people I mentioned, you knew what you were taking on. You don't have a deadbeat. You made a choice. And of course you would like for things to be different, but you don't have a deadbeat. You made a decision and you need to stand on that. There's a portion of you women in the 70% that you practice parental alienation. You probably don't know what that is, so you should go look it up. And it is a crime. Most niggas don't know that, and they don't know how to take you to court and actually, exercise their rights against that. A lot of you women that practice this, you don't understand that everything does not have to go your way. He doesn't have to parent the way that you want him to parent. He's not obligated to be what kind of father you want him to be. And then, of course, every time that he doesn't do something when you say do it or how you wanted to do it, or you don't get it the way that you would want it, you parent based on, or you co-parent based on your ego, your feelings, your emotions, and that's not what this shit is for. There's another part of this 70% that y'all lying on a nigga about the baby belonging to them. So you keep a certain attitude with him all the time. No matter what he does, it'll never be good enough, because of course you're trying to actually make yourself not look like the bad guy that you really are. You want to be the victim and not the villain, but in all reality, you're the puppet master over this fucking game or puppet show where you're pretending as though a child belongs to somebody, because of course you had no discipline with your sex, right, when the baby was conceived. And y'all don't like to talk about this. Y'all hate me when I say it. I've been talking about it for years, but it needs to be said, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why is because all this single parent shit is fucking up our culture. And at some point, y'all family members around y'all that sit up and watch y'all do this fuck shit and claim somebody's a deadbeat when they're really not, are a part of the problem. Children need men and women in their lives. They need a father and a mother. Grown women, mature women, parents that don't parent off of ego and emotion and feelings and the internet and what shit looks like, they already understand this, right? I'm just saying this for those of y'all that think we all dumb and we gonna go along with whatever y'all tell us. We know that bitches get mad after they get pregnant from a nigga and the relationship does not work out. These niggas be lying. These niggas be cheating. These niggas do not be doing right in these relationships when you try to be monogamous. We know that, right? That's a different subject. But when you choose as a female to birth a child, because the choice lies with you. Whatever comes from that actually matches the character and the ways of the man before you actually brought the baby in the world, that is your choice. That is something you signed up for. And then when you get upset because you can't change things into what you want it to look like, when the child gets older and you realize this shit is difficult, it's tough, it can be unfair, it can make you feel some type of way, you don't know how to grow the fuck up, you then want to say that someone is doing something to you, but you did it to your motherfucking self. The sooner we start being real about this shit instead of running around trying to be a victim all the time and click up and make it look like something is being done to us, the quicker these children will get on track with being a better generation and breaking generational curses, unlike what we did. So busy being mad at a nigga, we will sit there and watch our children suffer while we get our ego and our emotions satisfied, while we tell a storyline on the internet to make ourselves feel better about whatever fucking is bothering us when it comes down to parenting. The sooner we get back to the real business at hand, the real assignment, which is making sure your child doesn't become become a fucking statistic. Making sure your child is well prepared for the world. Making sure your child has management of emotion skills, conflict resolution skills, a plethora of resources within the family to be able to be a productive member of society. The sooner we can grow, the sooner we start understanding that child support payments are not more valuable than an actual physical man being a resource to your child in whatever way that he can be to the child, not what you feel like he should be, the sooner we'll get to actually breaking generational curses. The sooner we realize that systemic racism and a lot of shit that went on in our history is the reason why we think like this and are programmed like this, we can get down to the real business. The sooner we get off these motherfucking apps capping, trying to look a certain way and get down to business and start really parenting, is the sooner we'll see improvement within the character of these new generations.
Ajafo, I am sumful, wafanie. Asem we are bayiwa we are canon. Minu animal. Geno, nu kretrodo no dia tuhono. We Ghana ni binti asiye, so wo Ghana. Aje so bi o wa manone. But kakra bi mususu wo Ghana omo beti asiye. Obeme bi wo ho ana onye ready so person ye papa. Ena manone ha ye wo no. Ye wo mema bebre wo ho a won. De a omo nye se papa boni o. Omo ye ready so omo hwe omo ma. Ahwe omo yere. But kromo ha oba etimodin ni oba greed ni sika oba penti. Oba boni ho mode yi bema ni wo fie. Oyesu ana obi ejina bonte ka se bema wo oba mienu wo miensa wontumi hwe omo. Enso so na ma me na nkasa ena ehye da yi bema na fifie. Efi se kakra binti. Ghana for ma bimu. Esole a $500 inti. Na wo yi bema na fifie. Nigeria ni ba ne nyansa ni school a wakonti. Obeka kire bema ne se me hwa akola ni for 2 weeks. Wo so hwa akola na me so me ho nto me na me fa bema bi na me so me ne ntena. Na me no matuma ye adwuma 2 weeks a. Wan hwe kwa boy me nya $3,000 sa 2 weeks no. Adenti se meje nkola na bo me ho so na me hwe nkola ba Ghana ni ba. Obeji akola na bo ne ho so na otifie na okwa adwuma kakra bi no abefie se 500 inti. Imagine se ubetru mika kwakofa wokoso akodwumem akodeke akofa nkola no abeye duane esiesi omo ho ni nyina no for $500. Deke kwampo a oni omo kọ for 1 month no ahe na wotua omo na wo a wo budru mika no akakofa omo deke wadwale omo anapa waye duane na ya ma wo 500 for pay enunti best thing mankola ni hu omo mapa no mu hu soso no mu ntumi nyi no mu beketa nyansa wo kakra no mane papa so mfa ne de kakra nka ho ene na ge na akirechire mu no ahwefo de ge we abayo we aka no eye correct wo amanone a wo beti video we awara so wo Ghana a wo beti ase no share video no mane thumbs up, at least press the like na subscribe video no ema wonu bi mu wofa medi mu besi ase ni tietie mu ano no so papa ntufu ma me ntufu a wofa de me tufu mesa di videos no so aba nti mungu so ana mon share na mon subscribe me da mo ase.
Yeah. Cherish. Kaboom. No abrabo phone e kose. What shall I say? Say me bien sem su chwa beka se naden. Nanse ya me ge jami. Mami swan krema no po enanchen. Pisa waru for kure brita. Na pnatwe no ene dancing. Shisho momo to men peeping now. We someone say how far? Who say we someone say next time we betuama mahama. Kosi kwada decision adane wahala. Slave queen papa pan so de ne kwasha dem na obi eswa. Beneden your word don't seem no dem ma.
So yeah, I is a chop.
I don't
I can't many a bit rough.
Yeah.
Adie no say bad yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I is a chop.
I don't
I can't many a bit rough. Yeah.
Adie no
say bad.
yeah. Bronye me tuasha da fufuro ya semo. bia me num so fa me nua na me hu emu ahodo yasemo obey for ya wa mo so ye ni bi da ko pe obeje mo aposo yasemo epono embia window ho unemu bua ebeko yasemo wudi ejina ho yasemo si obi apeso trendy yasemo sika ni binti kalafo de beche ya na edwane yasemo jina okika yasemo sa obehu ana wadane yasemo yasemo we we school me boa yes sir results number yes sir first class and yasemo yasemo
So me my hands are chalk.
I didn't
I can't even many a bit rough.
yeah
Yeah.
adia no
Say bad, yeah.
come on
Oh me my hands are chalk.
I didn't
I can't even many a bit rough. Yeah.
adia no
Say bad.
yeah
So me my hands are chalk.
I didn't
I can't even many a bit rough.
yeah
Yeah.
adia no
Say bad, yeah.
come on
Oh me my hands are chalk.
I didn't
I can't even many a bit rough. Yeah.
adia no
Say bad.
yeah